A blind hem is done with a built-in stitch and foot D. You can select the stitch two ways. You can actually go to the Sewing Advisor, which is the easiest. This is kind of a heavy woven fabric, so we'll choose fabric C. And then technique number 5 is actually the blind hem. Notice it takes us directly to stitch number 25. Tells us what foot we should use and also which needle we should have in. And really, the settings are all set up for us. So with this foot, what you have is a foot that's got a big toe and a little toe. The big toe is actually lower than the other one, so they have two different levels. And you're going to notice when we put the fabric in, the fabric's going to be folded in such a way that under one side there's only one layer of fabric, and on the other side there's 3 layers. So what we want, that foot being 2 different heights, is perfect. So fold in your new hem, whether that's a new hem for a skirt or a pair of pants. This is perfect. Then you're going to fold back. You want to fold back enough fabric that you have room for the stitches to actually hang out here on the single layer and then bite into the fold. So when you line up the fabric, you want to line this up, and I always use the presser foot down button and then touch it again so I can move the fabric back and forth. The foot actually pops up and it is hovering when you push this 2 times. What I want to do is guide the fold down right between the 2 toes. You'll notice because of where the needle is starting, that's where the black dot is, it's hanging over the left side of the stitch. That way I can even test if my needle is going to catch my fabric. Is it going to catch it too much or not enough? I might even change it to woven medium. Maybe it's not as heavy as I thought it was, because it was actually set up to take a little too big of a stitch. There we go. I kind of like that a little bit better. If you choose a heavier fabric, the width of the stitch is actually increased. You choose a smaller weight fabric and it makes that bite smaller. So once again, the Sewing Advisor wins in knowing exactly what I should have for my fabric. Now what I'm also doing is just keeping that fold kind of hugged or pushed up against that larger toe on the right side. So I keep a nice accurate stitch all the way down my fabric. So let's take a look at what it's supposed to look like here. So this is where the bite is coming in. I want to catch the smallest amount of fold as possible because on this side, this is the proof. The idea is that you have nice even amount of bites or tick marks showing on the right side. If you have done it correctly, they are even. If some are big and some are small, well, we got to work on your guiding. But I think you've got the right idea. Now, thicker or fluffier fabrics will be a little bit more forgiving, and if you go to a lighter weight fabric, you will want to take, well, a smaller bite. If needed, you can adjust the stitch width slightly by minusing if the bite is too big or increasing it if you miss the fabric altogether and it just opens up. Remember, you can overlock this edge or you could even pink it like this fabric is so it doesn't unravel once you have the new hem in. A couple practices with the foot, the stitch, and how to fold your fabric, and you'll be an expert of blind hems in no time.